Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Tom, I'm trending.
Is it you?
No.
I didn't know what that was.
I think it has to do with there's some baseball coach or something. I don't know. It took me a second too, because then I saw my name trending. I'm like, well, it surely can't be me. I've been here all day.
Right, yeah.
I haven't been up to anything.
Yeah, as far as I know, I haven't shot anyone.
Yeah, and then all the tweets are like, David Bell's a fucking idiot, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
What happened? But it was like looking in a magic crystal ball, seeing my fate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it is me eventually. When I do those terrible things.
Apparently he's the coach of the Royals.
Sure. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to change his fucking name though. I don't know. I was here first.
Or maybe the Reds?
I don't know. I was here first.
Yeah.
There's no way to prove otherwise.
Yeah, okay.
Number one, baby.
He's the Reds coach. Why should I change my name? He's the one who sucks.
Hey, hi everyone. Forgot we were
Hello,
podcasting.
everyone's.
My name is David Bell, the one and only.
My name is Tom Ryman.
And we just watched From Paris with Love.
From Paris with Love.
Oh, no.
From the director of Taken.
There's a suicide bomber inside the embassy.
We've got you working with our top operative, Charlie Wax.
Till death do us part.
The risk has never been greater.
What do you think this is about? It's about terrorists!
But our last line of defense is also our best.
From Paris with Love.
Oh, fuck. It's Thursday, so special thanks to Joshua Graves.
Mm-hmm.
Who likes
Back
to give us
from the graves.
Mm-hmm. He likes to give us a list, and then we hang ourselves by picking the movie.
Yeah, we do.
On
we
the
do.
list. So it's not technically his fault, but it also is.
But it also is directly his fault.
Yeah. So we chose the 2010 John Travolta film that I had never seen. Had you?
Yeah, I saw this. This was a Redbox rental.
Yeah, that checks out.
I saw this probably in 2010, just when I was living in an apartment like right next to a 7-Eleven that had a Redbox. I would just go down to the 7-Eleven and get a Redbox movie.
I mean, that sounds
Just
delightful.
Whatever they had, you know.
Yeah. This is from the director of District B13 and Taken. It's also
I did not know that the director of District B13 directed Taken.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's also written by Luc Besson, who directed things.
Story by.
He also did The Transporter, right? He wrote. I bring that up because the first thing that happens is a guy presses a bunch of buttons to get in his car and then switches the license plates around.
That's true.
And I was like, oh no.
I mean, there's a lot of similar, like in all the stuff that Luc Besson, like this and Columbiana and Lockdown, all of the like non-sci-fi movies he does, like the movies about like spies and shit.
Right.
They tend to share a lot of elements.
Yeah. Like cars and women being treated just terribly.
Women being evil. Yeah.
Yeah. They're all the women in this movie.
Yep.
It's I don't know where to begin. I guess we'll just talk about the movie. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't not like this movie, Tom.
I remembered being like pleasantly surprised by it when I rented it, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But watching it now, there's still a couple of moments that are fun, but like this movie is really racist.
Yeah.
And John Travolta's just a goddamn maniac.
The movie makes no sense. I'm trying to think of a comparison. It's like watching like a really drunk person at a party where it's like from afar, like you can get some sort of cynical satisfaction. But you don't want to like have to deal with it. And you certainly don't want anybody you love around it.
Yeah. You wouldn't
it does not treat women well.
You wouldn't expose your children to it.
No. It doesn't treat anybody well that isn't like a white guy.
Isn't a white man.
It's it doesn't make any sense in terms of things like gravity or the way guns work
or just
or explosions.
Just in general, what's happening? Like it's revealed to be a terrorist bombing in like the last 20 minutes.
It's a fever dream. I didn't know what the fuck was happening for most of this movie.
Yeah.
All I knew is that like the guy from what is the main character?
The Tudors.
Is he from Match Point? Is that what I'm thinking of him in?
I don't know.
The Woody Allen film Match Point? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of him from.
Okay. I knew him from The Tudors. He played Henry VIII.
Okay. He's in Match Point, and he plays a real jerk in that.
Sure.
A real Woody Allen type.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. He just sort of whines in this movie at John Travolta while John Travolta does unspeakable things in the name of fighting terrorism.
Right.
He causes so much terror in the name of fighting terrorism.
Right. He is a terrorist.
He fires a bazooka on the highway to stop a terrorist.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He fires it at the convoy that he's trying to not blow up.
Yes.
They fire guns everywhere, bullets flying through walls of apartment complexes. Mm-hmm. He drops a suicide vest outside the apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an absolute rampage.
Right.
And every time...
He storms through Paris like fucking Godzilla.
Yes, and every time he questions it, the other guy, they're like, look, he's unorthodox, but he gets the job done.
I was like, does he? And we don't even know what the job is.
No,
like I said, that's not an exaggeration. We don't learn what the actual plot, like what the actual threat is until the last 20 minutes.
Yes.
We're told at first it's about like the Secretary of Defense's niece, then we're told it's a drug ring, and then finally it's like, no, it's this radical terrorist group, which by your way, your wife is like, your fiance is like the second in command of.
Yes, which John Travolta reveals by going on a double date.
Yeah.
With the FBI agent from the Punisher Netflix series. And our main character and his fiance and his date, how did she find her? Is she friends with the fiance? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
She gets a phone call and she says, oh, nobody by the name Rose lives here, or something like that, and goes, wrong number. And John Travolta executes her immediately.
Yep.
On the hunch that Rose is a code word.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right. I don't know why.
I mean, he knows Rose is a code word, but it could have been a wrong number of somebody calling for a person named Rose.
Yeah. He bets her life on it.
Mm-hmm.
He shoots her right in the face, which isn't going to be the last time a woman is shot in the face before people just move on like that didn't just happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because spoilers, our main character shoots his fiance in the face.
Yes.
And then gets over it in a matter of minutes.
Well, it ends with them sharing McDonald's and playing chess beside a private jet and just like laughing and joking.
Yeah.
Like seconds after he looks at a photo booth strip of him and his dead fiance who is dead because he shot her in the face.
His girlfriend of years.
Yeah, like 5 years.
Yeah, he shot right in the face.
Mm-hmm.
After saying I love you to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets right over it, enjoying their Royale with cheese, as they put it.
Yep.
Because it's John Travolta.
He literally puts her down like Old Yeller.
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
crying and says, "I love."
crying. Yeah,
Fucking blows her away.
yeah. I mean, she's wearing a suicide
She is.
vest.
She's wearing a suicide vest and like the robes of death.
yeah,
like
that
her hood
everybody's
is-
wearing.
Her hood is so huge.
Why is everybody wearing that in that
I don't
scene?
know. I don't know.
This movie's fucking. This movie's horse shit.
Yeah, this movie is batshit.
The dialogue, where he fucking, they have this dialogue where they're like, it's a romantic dialogue where they're like, talks about dinner. He goes, why don't we skip dinner and go straight to dessert? And it's like, my fucking God.
Yeah.
She made she made a dress from her curtains or something.
This
I don't
movie,
know why.
You compared this movie to watching a drunk person at a party. This movie is like a drunk person making a movie up as they go along.
Yeah. It's like it's a child. It's like a child made it.
Yes.
Why? Okay, so he's our main character. Let me look up his name. Because I know that.
Jonathan Rhys Meyers.
Oh no, the character's name is James. John Travolta's name is Charlie Wax,
Charlie Wax.
and he tells someone as a threat, "Wax on, wax off," which still not sure what that means.
Yeah, and again, racist.
Racist because the person's Chinese.
He's Chinese, yeah. Mr. Miyagi
Chinese
was
waiter.
not.
That he pulls his gun out on.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that scene. First, I just have a question because he's working for an ambassador, right?
He works essentially for the National Security Agency.
Okay, I was unclear of this because then they were like, we want you to go team up with John Travolta to stop a terrorist. But then like the ambassador is calling him like, where are you? And so I couldn't like, wouldn't they like put someone else on the ambassador?
Well, this is okay. This is
And then he's trying to bug that room.
this is the first sentence of the Wikipedia plot summary.
Okay.
Just to give you guys an idea of what the logic of this film is like if you've not seen it. A personal aide to the U.S. ambassador in France, James Reese has an enviable life in Paris and a beautiful French girlfriend, but his real passion is his side job as a low-level operative for the CIA.
What? What?
That's
what that was?
Side job.
He was just moonlighting as a CIA operative?
I think he's moonlighting as a personal aide to the U.S. ambassador.
What? So that explains a little bit because, yeah, the ambassador is like, why haven't you come to work?
Yeah,
And I
why
thought,
are you
like-
carrying a gun? It's like, he's a secret
What?
agent. What are you talking about?
Couldn't they? Oh, my God.
Like,
That
he's...
explains
that
so
explains-
many dumb parts of this movie.
It explains the first scene where he's trying to, like, surreptitiously plant a bug in the room because the CIA asked him to do that. His
right. And then he
the-
staples it.
yeah, because he's a
some
real
reason.
dumbass. At first, he tries to stick it with gum, and that's like the stupidest thing.
Why don't they just stick on? Why don't they have like a little thing you peel off?
Yeah,
It's
I don't
fucked
know.
up.
Yeah, so that's just to give you an idea of the logic of this film. His side job as a low-level
my
operative
fucking
in
God.
the CIA.
This is like a Ben Shapiro novel. Like that's fucking
Yeah.
wild. This is like a child wrote this.
Mm-hmm.
Because then the first scene we see John Travolta, it's him chugging an energy drink.
Well, it's him. It's
for,
him.
like-
It's him going on a rant with the customs people about his energy drink. That's meant to be like charming, I guess,
I
and like
guess.
and like fun. It's meant to like paint him as, oh, he's this wild character. You don't know what he's gonna say, but it's just stupid.
He's teenage boy cool. Like he's not cool for any any adult would look at him and go, well, that's a man who's got to get his life together.
Right. This guy has a problem.
He's dressed so fucking weird. He's got the shaved head. Does he have a goatee?
Oh, hell yeah. He's got a goatee
Yeah.
and a massive earring.
What the fuck?
A leather jacket, a silver chain. He's doing the double sleeves, like he's wearing a long sleeve shirt beneath a short sleeve shirt.
Why is he dressed that way?
I don't know. And he's got this like really dramatic like desert scarf.
I hate to keep bringing up like alt-right stuff, but he reminds me of like Gamer Gators.
Right.
would like
what-
like the fucking the Sarkeesian Effect guys like their short films they made,
Yeah.
it'd be dudes looking like this in it. It's like really juvenile sense of cool, where it's like leather jackets and earrings and like saying fuck a lot
Yeah.
and like drinking and having sex.
Yeah. Oh my God. He just casually has sex while they're waiting for
Yeah.
armed drug
He-
dealers to come
He
out.
casually does everything.
Right. He casually does a lot of things.
He casually slides headfirst down a fireman's pole, which was the least realistic thing I've ever seen John Travolta do.
Well, you've ever seen a movie try to convince us that John Travolta is doing?
Yes.
Like, he's not doing that.
He's like, it's like, he does like, it's like an exotic dancer thing.
Right.
Like he like wraps around the pole and shoots guys while sliding down it.
Yeah. Like, as soon as that happened, I was like, you got to meet me halfway, movie.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, guys. Come on, give us a break here. Also, why do they have a fucking pole in their apartment? That's so fucking weird. I guess they wanted a quick escape. Like,
Yeah. Or passing things quickly up and down.
sure.
It's not that weird for like I guess for like a drug dealing operation in a apartment
Yeah.
building.
It's certainly not as weird as seeing John Travolta fucking fly down it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go to a Chinese restaurant. That's the first thing they do. He picks him up from the airport. He reveals that he had a gun in his energy drink, which, man, I don't know.
And
I
it's
don't
like
know what-
he's like, oh, it's got to be this gun. This is my special gun.
Yeah.
Because Reese immediately points out the thing that we're all thinking, and he says, I can get you any weapon you want. Why did we...
Right. I'm a secret agent.
Like-
And then he's like, it's my special gun, but proceeds to use everybody's gun.
Right, like he doesn't exclusively use that gun.
Yeah, I don't even remember him using it. He throws
he
many guns.
He uses it a lot, but he also uses Reese's gun. He uses all
Yeah.
the bad guys' guns. Like,
Yeah.
there's no he doesn't actually display any special allegiance to this gun.
Right.
Like,
No, it doesn't make any sense. It's just a cool thing to put in the movie.
right.
They go to this Chinese restaurant and they have like a really shitty conversation about like, I don't know, that the menu item was invented.
Egg foo young.
Egg foo young was invented in America.
By an American person.
And then he, like,
what
goes
they're
up to
saying-
the waiter.
If what they're saying in the movie is true.
No,
I don't know if that's true or
This
not. I
movie
wouldn't be
pays tribute
surprised
to
if
the
that's true,
Royale
but-
with cheese thing, and it feels like this is what they're trying to do. Like he's trying to do some Pulp Fiction
Well,
shit.
there's a lot like
But,
the energy drink conversation. This conversation, there's a lot like with Lucky Number 11 last week. There's a lot of people
Dumb.
attempting to write Tarantino dialogue in this movie.
A lot of dumb cool guy dialogue.
Yeah, that just doesn't work.
And then he brings up a waiter, and the waiter says, like, I don't speak Chinese. And then John Travolta just pulls his gun out at the waiter. And this was some Last Action Hero shit. He's like, what are you doing? It's a waiter. And he's like, it's not just a waiter. And then a gunfight ensues between John Travolta and the waiters of this restaurant. And the cook comes flying out with a gun. Like, it's like a parody.
Yeah, right. It's like this. It's like the scene in the fantasy scene in Dumb and Dumber where he gets into a fight in a
Yes.
restaurant.
It is. Or like something out of the Naked
Right, it's
Gun
like a
where it's like
Naked Gun
everybody
scene.
has a gun. Yeah, and it's so dumb. And like later, our main character hilariously says like, they were just kitchen staff. It's like, what?
Dude, they had machine guns.
Travolta ends that with, they're no kitchen staff shitting lead like that, because that's the kind of line that's in this movie.
Yeah.
But apparently they're like selling cocaine out of here. And
Yeah, which is just loose in the ceiling.
okay, I have to talk about this. John Travolta shoots everybody in the restaurant because they all have guns. And I assume he shoots several customers and people just living nearby because there's just bullets spraying everywhere. And then he's like, no, they have cocaine. And he shoots the ceiling, like all up on the ceiling. And it just starts raining cocaine from the bullet holes. So yeah, were you picturing like the apartment above them just packed with cocaine.
Yeah, like Scrooge McDuck's vault, except it's filled with cocaine instead of gold.
Yeah,
or rather,
exactly.
let me revise that. Like Scrooge McDuck's vault, except it's only filled with cocaine and not gold coins.
Like the Sorcerer's Apprentice, but it's cocaine instead of water. And the Enchanted Brooms are just bucketing cocaine in this one room, flooding it. Because why would there just be cocaine raining down? What would they be? There would be at least piles of cocaine up there, right? Like with shovels? Mm-hmm. Because I'm pretty sure you don't store cocaine just in loose piles. Are we supposed to think there's like bricks of it up there?
I assume just mountains of it.
Yeah, because it flows like an hourglass, like coming down. It's absolutely bonkers.
Also, I looked it up real quick. Egg foo young was not invented by an American person.
Yeah, that checks out.
It was invented in America, but by Chinese cooks, Chinese laborers.
Okay. Yeah, they're not gonna look. They're not gonna look anything up.
Like, so yeah, that whole spiel that Reese tells them is not true.
So what I could tell is that the inciting incident of this film is that Travolta is just an absolute fucking maniac.
Yes, he lands in Paris like a werewolf.
Yes, and it just
starts tearing through the city.
Yeah. Just fucking this dumb fuck music playing as he's like shooting his guns on either side of him. Mm-hmm. Nothing makes sense. No. The henchmen don't act like humans. The part where he like slides his gun over to Travolta and it makes this really loud scraping.
Yeah.
And then Travolta uses it to shoot a henchman who doesn't see it coming for some reason.
And who is right in front of him.
And right in front of him, yes.
Like, why hasn't like Travolta's not in cover from this person.
No.
He's just standing in a hallway with this guy walking towards him who for some reason has not shot him yet.
It's absolutely baffling because the way they shoot it is that you can't quite tell where anybody is at first.
The way it's shot is it seems like him and Reese are hiding behind opposite parts of the wall, and in the middle is a hallway that the bad guy's walking down. But then when it cuts to Reese sliding him the gun, like the whole geography of the room changes.
Yeah.
Like,
and he slides the gun over, and it takes like what feels like 10 seconds for the gun to reach Travolta. Mm-hmm. Probably not that long. And then he just fires, and then you see him in front of the henchman.
Right. He's just like, he's like 8 feet in front of him.
What the fuck happened here?
Yeah. Can we also talk about the scene where he's like, when he drops the suicide vest out the window onto the car of the fleeing bad guys, where he's like, how long do you figure it takes to go down 10 flights of stairs? Probably 5 seconds of flight, right? No.
Right, that's what he says.
No,
it wouldn't be.
It would be way faster than that.
Yeah.
If you were running down a flight of stairs, like they're just regular flights of stairs. It's like, that's maybe...
Well, they cut to the guys going down, and they're clearly taking longer. It's
they're crossing each floor quicker than 5 seconds, though.
Yeah.
And then he's like 5 seconds to cross the lobby, and they cross the lobby in like a second.
Yeah, they're clearly taking less time. I mean, yeah. It's so weird.
Like, he estimates it'll take them a minute to go down 10 flights of stairs and exit the building when they're running top speed.
Here's the other thing. Why does it matter? Because he doesn't need to time it. He then picks up the vest, watches for them. They come out, and then he drops the vest on them. Yeah. So it's not like it's not like he's not looking and like throws the vest out the window. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't matter how long they take. It's just a cool thing for him to do. But like, it doesn't play into his larger plan, which is to hurl a suicide vest out on the entrance of an apartment building and hope that it doesn't kill anybody but the bad guys.
Right.
He also rear ends a car that causes a car bomb to go off.
Yep.
Because I guess that's how car bombs work, which also could have killed many innocent civilians.
Yeah.
He's the problem.
He is a terrorist.
It is so wild that the movie expects us to see him as a secret agent, where his face would be on the news every night.
Right.
He would be he would be Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
People would never stop talking about this guy dressed like a fucking bounty hunter, going around blowing things up. Good God.
He's dressed like a man that takes paintball entirely too seriously.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Just... oh, shit.
We got to talk about them doing vase cocaine in the Eiffel Tower. That was a scene.
Yeah, why did they go to the Eiffel Tower?
To do cocaine. Wouldn't you? If you had a vase full of cocaine and you were in Paris, where are you going to go to do that cocaine? You go to the Eiffel Tower.
They go to the top of the Eiffel Tower and then immediately leave. There was no point to that scene.
Yep. Just to do cocaine.
Oh my gosh.
And the point of the cocaine is to look like they're on cocaine, I guess, so that they can get into this like hotel or this apartment complex and then look and then stake out. They're just there to stake out across the street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they could do that without doing cocaine or going inside of that place. They could literally just be in a car across the street.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to do any of that.
No.
That didn't make it. John Travolta just wanted to do cocaine and have sex with a sex worker. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason that scene exists.
Yeah.
Also, how did they bring the cocaine onto the Eiffel Tower? Isn't there like security?
Nobody's checking that vase.
Yeah.
He's just carrying
looking
around
at that vase full of cocaine.
He's carrying a vase full of Coke around for like 30 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. And I think it's supposed to be like quirky and fun, but it really makes no sense. They collect the vase of cocaine from the Chinese restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I thought at first, like, it would have been perfectly fine if it was just Travolta was like, look, I want cocaine.
Mm-hmm. I just want it. That's just for me.
He acts like the cocaine is like a strategic thing because later they drop it in front of a drug dealer, and because it's legally more cocaine than they can sell, they run away like it's fucking kryptonite.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't do that.
Right. Like the idea is like, oh, they'll get a huge amount of jail time for this amount of cocaine, but it's like, I don't.
But they're pointing guns at them.
Right.
Like it's a very weird thing to do because the idea is they go in, I forget, they go in to stop the terrorists, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they get all these people pointing guns at them at the door. And yeah, they're like, oh, they'll only sell this little bit of cocaine because they don't get, big jail time. And so he drops the vase and they're all like, oh no, a lot of cocaine, and run. But like, okay, first of all, I think they'd also get jail time for all the guns that they're pointing at them, right?
Yeah, you'd probably get some for those.
2, there's not a cop near them right now. Or as far as they know, these guys aren't cops. So like dropping all the cocaine doesn't really incriminate them in the moment that they have to scatter. And also, don't they have like a lot of cocaine somewhere anyway? Because they're selling the cocaine just in smaller bags. Like it's really weird.
Yeah, like did the guy just have the one baggie of Coke to sell?
I don't know.
Like I'm sure he has a lot of those baggies.
Yeah. And
Like-
they react like there's a cop watching. And they're
Right.
like, oh no. But like if there was a cop watching, it wouldn't matter.
They act like he just smashed a beehive on the ground.
Yes, they run because they all have their guns pointed at them, and
Yeah.
so this is their smart way of like of getting the upper hand. Because you know how if you smash a lot of cocaine in front of drug dealers, they scatter. It's really weird. Like I think it was trying to be smarter than it was.
Yeah.
Also, the cocaine makes him hallucinate.
Yeah.
Not sure why that happens.
I don't know. That's generally not a thing that happens.
Yeah. It's around this time we learn that he has access to a satellite. I don't know who gave him access to a satellite.
With his little watch.
With his little fucking Dick Tracy watch. Yeah.
Yeah. You notice all his jewelry reappears?
How so?
They get robbed by the kids and they take all their like
Right.
Travolta says, and I quote, they just want our bling. And then the kid who takes all their jewelry runs off. But then, like, in the next scene, Travolta's got his rings and his chains back.
Yeah, that checks out. Because this movie is not very good. I mean, he gets his ring back because he, like, beats the guy up.
Well, that's specifically because the drug dealer comes up to the kid.
Yeah, but Travolta doesn't get... Yeah.
Right, yeah.
This is my fucking God.
Yeah, it's fucking hell.
Should probably talk more about the girlfriend.
I guess she's barely in it. And then we're it's revealed that she's a terrorist mastermind who's going to suicide bomb the embassy.
When they ask Reese why he didn't know, he says, and I quote, "She never talked about her life and I never asked."
5 years, huh?
You deserve to be, like, exploded with a suicide bomb.
Right, you deserve to be blown up. They also never say a motive or a target.
No.
She's just going to bomb the embassy in, like...
Well, it's...
Specifically in, like... It's a summit meeting about Africa?
It's a real generic terrorist plot, too.
Right.
Where it's just, like, Middle Eastern generic...
Right, the generic Middle Eastern terrorist doesn't even have any lines.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't say a fucking word.
He's... Again, we only learn about him at the end of the movie.
Last 20 minutes!
It's like, oh, wait, quick, we have to go stop this terrorist.
It's like fucking what?
It's like making up as you go along. It's like a child made this movie.
And then the terrorists come in. What?
They just show up.
Yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, and she's secretly a terrorist, and they've been watching you this whole time.
Excuse me. He shows up in a Volvo station wagon 20 minutes before the end of the movie. And he never leaves that Volvo station wagon.
You're right. He never leaves.
The only time we see him is sitting inside that Volvo station wagon.
And then he explodes. Does he even have a name in it?
No, he doesn't say a word.
Generic terrorist.
She doesn't address him by name.
It's like the movie at the last minute was like, oh wait, this needs to be about something.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's a fever dream.
Right.
Because it's literally, all right, let's go through the path. It's John Travolta saying, we need to go out and get Chinese food. Mm-hmm. And then at the Chinese food restaurant, he just pulls out a gun and fights the wait staff and is like, they have cocaine. And then he takes the cocaine in a vase. They go to the Eiffel Tower to snort it and then say, like, so here's what we're going to do next. And then they go to a random, like, alleyway brothel, go upstairs. He fucks a lady. They beat up the dudes in there. And it's also they can watch out the window across the street to see if there's any terrorists doing stuff.
Well, at this point, do we even know they're terrorists?
I think he says some pretty racist stuff about them being Middle Eastern. But I don't know if I think at one point he does mention terrorism early on, but it doesn't make any sense.
No. So they follow those guys to the apartment building where the drug dealers are. They find a suicide vest there.
Yeah,
a bunch of intel. He delivers the intel to a couple of guys. They eat cheeseburgers. He goes to Reese's apartment for dinner. He murders his fiance's girlfriend.
Yeah, on a hunch.
They have a roof. He chases the fiance across the rooftops. She gets into the Volvo station wagon and escapes.
And they track the Volvo station wagon. Mm-hmm. And then she calls, and for some reason, and she's like, "Don't come find me." And it's like, I don't know why you're calling, lady.
Yeah.
They realize that she's probably near the highway, I think. And then they're like, oh, there's like a big embassy thing happening. It must be that. And so it's just one fucking, like, the movie didn't really have to start until they saw the terrorist, the suicide vest. That could have been the first scene.
Yeah.
Because the idea is they see that they're researching him. And so I think the idea is they're using his girlfriend to sneak into the embassy to blow up something.
Reasons.
For generic terrorist reasons.
Yeah, it's Why?
She gives like really generic, like this is our
all
cause
she says
or
is
whatever.
like, now I believe in something. Now I have a purpose.
Yeah.
Like what? What is your purpose? What is this?
Are we
what
supposed to
you doing?
understand you? Yeah, because her character doesn't go past being like, I'm quirky girlfriend. Again, it's him saying, I never asked her about her life.
Right. I make
Like
dresses. She goes from I make dresses out of my curtains to I'm gonna blow up the embassy.
Yeah, and like she never has any depth. Even as a terrorist, there's no depth to her. And then, yeah, the wildest part is still like, then at the end where you think the arc is, he's not, because Travolta says to her, like, look, or says to him, like, look, when it comes down to it, you need to shoot her in the face.
Right.
You can't hesitate.
You gotta shoot her in the face.
Yeah. And this is where it feels real fucking Gamergate-y.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, so the arc is going to be that he's not going to be like Travolta, who's clear. Like, I thought this was like a Training Day situation or something where Travolta is like really cynical and been in it for a while. And like, maybe he's like, no, I'm going to do things differently. And then he confronts his girlfriend, tells her he loves her. It seems like they're going to have a moment. And he's going to like not have to do it Travolta's way. Travolta comes in the background. You think, oh, maybe Travolta will ruin it. And then our main character just shoots her in the face because she starts reaching upwards.
Yep.
Possibly to unhook the vest. We don't know. She seems, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But like,
And he shoots her in the face. And then Travolta's like, good job. And they become best friends in the movie.
they sure do.
But not before some goddamn ambassador lady is acting like a real bitch and is like, I'm mad that you saved me. And it's like, women, jeez, am I right?
Yeah. Every woman in this movie is a piece of shit.
Yeah, this is a confounding fucking film. Holy shit. And then they play chess. And they're like,
they eat royales
burgers.
with cheese and play chess, and that's the end of the movie.
Jesus.
And he reveals that he bought like a fucking big ass handgun too.
Yeah.
And like Travolta's like, yeah,
Like a gun.
You're in the club now, pard. Is literally what he says.
The incel
You're in the club now, pard. Yeah.
Like, this is an incel film. Oh my god, it's just women, they'll just betray you. So you gotta shoot them in the face.
So you gotta shoot him in the face.
Despite the fact that you haven't bothered to learn anything about this woman. This is, oh my god. Pickup artists. That's who likes this movie. This is a pickup artist movie. Like, he's dressed like Mystery, John Travolta.
We started doing close-up magic in the movie, I'd have lost my shit.
He was seconds away from close-up magic in this movie. The threat of close-up magic was looming throughout this film.
Yeah. It was palpable,
Yeah.
the tension. Any moment, he's going to pull out a deck of cards.
And just take the film. What the fuck was this movie?
This goddamn movie. Oh, shit.
It's so fucking...
Oh, man.
It's so weird. I mean, as an action film, like, I'm not gonna say no to John Travolta halfway out a car like he's a fucking golden retriever with a bazooka in his hand.
Mm-hmm. With a bazooka.
Like, I'm not gonna turn that away, but like, what a dumb fucking movie. Like, even by my standards of action movies, I don't know what to make of this. It feels like this movie hit like a very specific part of my brain that makes me think like, oh, what have I been doing with my life? Like, what is the use of anything?
It just throws you into real bleak nihilism watching this movie.
Yeah. Why?
It's all
What
bullshit
is
anyway.
this? Why am I watching movies? Why do we have movies? Oh, it's the director of Taken, so it's not like a badly made movie.
No, not really. It's just
Like, everything we've talked about, everything is not quality of movie. It's just what a terrible script.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
What else? Is there anything else?
Really.
I think I just accidentally deleted my notes.
It's for the best.
I'm not gonna. My thumb just was like, look,
Listen, pal.
listen, we need to get
this away from you as quickly as possible.
You need to forget. Oh my God,
Yeah.
John Travolta.
So that's from Paris with Love. Apparently, John Travolta was really into the idea of turning this into a franchise.
Yeah. Oh, it had franchise written all over it. I mean, it sounds like a Bond film.
Yeah. It's literally
it's the
one word
Taken.
off of a Bond film.
Yeah. It's the Taken guy. A lot of it, like, shit, I think this was in my notes. There was a couple moments that felt very much like they were trying to set up a franchise. The way they were talking about him as like being notorious.
Mm-hmm.
Reese just kind of throwing in like it's a buddy cop thing.
Mm-hmm.
This didn't do well, right? Please tell me this didn't do well.
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
It was on Parade Magazine's biggest box office flops of 2010.
Okay, that's good.
It had a budget of $52 million and made $52 million.
Right. Oh, yeah. 38% of Rotten Tomatoes, 54% audience score, and those people are dumb.
Yeah,
They'll love
those are
anything.
dickheads.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
I can forgive a lot in movies if the action is good, perhaps. Like if it was done in a very creative way or in a unique way, or if it just wasn't racist and sexist, I would have taken that, but this is just, it's repelling because the action isn't that good. The plot doesn't make much sense. The action is like just guns. It's just like literally John Travolta running while shooting two guns in different directions. It's like shoot 'em up. We talked about this with shoot 'em up. Like the action in that movie
Right.
is just so boring.
Is extremely boring.
It's
yeah.
not trying to be as quirky as shoot 'em up, so it didn't annoy me in the moment. But it's like
Yeah.
when you walk away from it and you think back on it, you're like, Jesus, that was fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Any more thoughts?
No, absolutely none. I have nothing else to say about this
I'm
movie.
shocked by this movie, Tom.
Yeah.
Well, I guess thank you, Joshua Graves.
Sure, yeah. That's a word you
Yeah,
could say.
your list is getting shorter, by the way. You might want to add some more to it. Just giving you a heads up. I mean, there's still plenty to choose from, so maybe not. It's up to you. We still got plenty, but we're down to From Paris with Love, so
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, and thank you all for listening. This movie's on Amazon Prime. You probably don't need to watch it.
Okay, it's on Hulu too.
It's on Hulu. There's a lot of ways to not watch this movie.
There's a lot of different places you can avoid this movie on.
Yeah. You can not avoid our Patreon, patreon.com/gamefully unemployed. We have, along with a tier where you can make us watch movies, we have exclusive podcasts there, like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman and Fox Mulder is a Maniac. It's only $5 a month to get both of those podcasts every week. They're every week. So that's something. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's $2.50 a podcast.
Yeah.
Not even. Because there's what, like four a week?
We do like 4 a week that are, yeah.
Tom, do the math.
We do like 5 a week.
5 a week? Hold on, I'm getting out my calculator. So that's
We have 2 of these. We got the Hypecast, we got X-Files, we got Batman.
no, but I mean exclusives. The exclusives.
Oh, the exclusive ones.
That's like 2, 4, 6. That's like 8 a month.
Yeah.
So that's 62 cents a podcast. That's like newspapers,
Yeah.
That's good.
It's the same thing as newspapers.
It's a good
the
deal.
exact same.
Yeah, it's a good deal is what I'm saying. Do you deny it?
No.
Okay.
It's an excellent deal.
Okay, we're in agreement.
Yeah.
So yeah, check that out. Check out our Patreon.
Indeed. You can also check out our store, tpublic.com/store/gamefullyunemployed, where you can check out t-shirts, mugs, posters, stickers, masks, all kinds of stuff. Check it out.
Check it out.
Or don't. Whatever. Whatever you want to do
Yeah, it's
with your life.
whatever you want to do. Maybe not this movie. Don't watch this movie.
Oh, yeah. Probably don't watch this movie. That would be ideal.
Yeah. It's, it's not It's not good. It's not great.
No, it is neither of those things.
Well, see ya. All
Yeah.
right.
Bye.
All right, stuff.